guys, so I'm so excited to film this video for you guys. Today's topic is definitely something I've touched on, but I don't think I've ever really made a video that's like full on, like in-depth explaining. And it's very simple, but I figured it was time to do a video on this because of the number of questions I get asked about this at the salon and, you know, friends that know that I do hair that ask me this. And that is, what is the right hair color for your skin tone? And I hear this all the time at the salon. My skin is really dark, so I could never be blonde. Or I have very gold undertones, so my hair could never be light. And along with that, not just, it's not just about the lightness, but there's other colors that I've totally heard people say like, oh, I could never be a redhead, or I could never be this. And the good news is you can be whatever you want. And I'm not just saying that to be, you know, positive and, you know, like you can do whatever you want, but that is the 100% truth. As long as you have the right tone for your hair, you can be whatever color on the scale from like brunette to blonde. I think before I even start speaking and before you think that I am absolutely crazy, let me just show you a picture of Beyonce and a picture of Rihanna and how amazingly gorgeous they look as blondes. And so if they can be blonde with their beautiful warm skin tones, anyone can. And the reason for that is because they have the correct tone for them. Now, the upside to having warm gold tones in your skin is that you can have a lot more gold hair and get away with it and make it look awesome. So if you see these two colors that I just showed you, they're actually pretty gold blonde, but you see it as very bright and buttery. And the reason for that is because in contrast to their skin, it makes it look really bright and white. Now, someone that is cool toned skin, even if they are very fair, whether they're fair or not, but if they are cool toned, normally any bit of gold tones in their hair will make it seem like it's extremely orange because their face is almost wider than their hair. Does that make any sense? So a very quick and awesome trick that I learned a couple of years ago, if you feel your hair is extremely brassy, up the bronzer that day and your hair will look amazing. Now, I'm not saying, you know, go completely Oompa Loompa orange or anything, but it will make a huge difference in that contrast because you see the cheek color and then you see the hair color and it's like, oh, it's totally balanced. So, and that's because you're adding warmth. And if your face is warm, then the eye is much more forgiving and seeing warmth in the hair, in your hair color, if that makes sense so far. So let me break it down for you a little bit. So for warm skin tones, you can have a lot more gold and a lot more warmth in the color, even some orangey gold pieces, and that will work as an accent to your face, not hurt it. So it'll actually like enhance and make your face look really glowy. So you have that kind of leeway space that some of us don't have, where you can be a little bit brassy, but it looks amazing on you. Now, what doesn't look good is anything cool. And let me show you a picture here of a warm skin tone with ashy hair that doesn't look as good. As you can see, her skin looks a lot more dull and almost lifeless. So she needs definitely those gold, vibrant colors in her hair to make her feel alive. Not to make her feel, but to make her look alive. And now for cool skin tones, they need extremely cool, ashy colors in their hair. So this is what I was talking about, and this is what a lot of girls experience, and that's why they think like, my hair is still orange, and sometimes it's like your hair is not orange. It's just that you have a cool complexion, and therefore your hair needs to be extremely, extremely ashy. So don't think that like, oh, people with cool skin tones have it a lot harder because they have to always have ashy colors. The thing with that is normally their hair will pull up a lot ashier naturally. So it is much easier to make someone who is cool skin toned a lot ashier. And I will show you a picture of someone with cool skin with golden kind of tones in their hair where it doesn't look right. So you kind of get a better understanding of what that looks like. Same thing with redheads. Red is so diverse. You have cool bluish, almost purpley toned reds, and then you have the intense, rich, warm reds that have like orange undertones, yellow and gold undertones. So again, you can be a redhead. So a lot of people that have like a lot of pink or red in their skin, they think oh my gosh, I totally need to stay away from red. I'm trying to get rid of this red. I don't want red around my face. But the good thing about that is if you do have red in your hair and you make your hair even more red, then the red on your skin doesn't look that bad, or it doesn't really look like it is red, because you know what? Your hair is so much more red, so the eye focuses on that. It's just a matter of, if you have a lot of pink in your skin, you're probably cool tone, which a beautiful like cool red, like almost a violet-y kind of red, that will look gorgeous on you. And like I said, it'll make your skin look more milky and less red because you have this intense color on your head. So now if you're neutral, you can kind of go a little bit of both ways, and that's what I am. And that's why I think a lot of people think that my hair is extremely blonde or extremely white or very ashy. My hair is not ashy whatsoever. But because I am neutral and I do wear a lot of self-tanning and a lot of bronzer, my hair ends up looking extremely bright. So when you're neutral, you can kind of go both ways. So if I'm wearing a blue top and I don't wear any bronzer and I'm wearing like a gray, nude kind of a taupey eye look, then I look extremely cool, and then my hair Then my hair needs to be extremely ashy, otherwise it looks completely yellow. So when you're neutral, you can kind of go both ways. Now that doesn't mean that like, oh, I can wear this orange top and wear like ashy hair. No, it means that you have to stick to one. It just means that both look good on you, but you have to stick to one. So I normally stick to more warm tones. Warm tones like on the eyeshadow. I like I said, I like to self-tan and I like to wear a lot of bronzer. So in doing that, I'm a lot more forgiving on the hair. And that's because I have that ability to go to that. So the only girl that has the excuse of I need extremely ash hair is a girl that has super cool toned skin. What I don't want you to get is stuck in the idea that, you know, based on the skin color you have, you're like stuck to having this one hair color. So this was meant to broaden your horizons and really just, you know, if there's a hair color that you've always wanted, just know that you can have it. Just figure out what your skin tone is. There's another chart here that will help you kind of decide. One of the easiest ways is to look at your veins on the inside part of your arm, because you're normally not too tan there. And the color of your veins, if you come up pretty blue, then you are cool tone. And if your veins look a little bit more greenish and your skin almost a yellow, then you are warm. And I've mentioned this before, for years I've known about that, and I would like check, and it was like some days I felt like I was blue, some days I felt like I was green, and I was just like, why can't I figure this out? Like, I do color for a living, seriously, like why can't I figure my own color out? And then I realized like, I am neutral, and that is why, like, it doesn't really look like a specific color. And a lot of you guys might have that. So that just kind of gives you the power of control in that you can be warm or cool. You just have to stick to one. You can't be, you know, cool eyes and gold hair and then, you know, cool outfit or whatever. You have to like stick to one in order for it to look good. Again, I think with trends, anything beauty, it's do what you want, obviously. But obviously you guys are here because you guys want to know the facts and the rules. My point of these videos is that you fully understand it, and you can go off into real life and you can make those decisions. You can decide what skin tone you are, what face shape you are, and what looks good on you. I'm trying to give you the tools so that you yourself can decide like what's good for you. I would like to know how many people actually know what skin tone they are, if you're cool, warm, or neutral. So please leave that down below. Like, how did you find out? Do you know? Are you still super confused by this video and still would love to know? I kind of almost just want to take a poll on every viewer to this video, like, because I feel like it's one of those things, like it's as important as, I don't know, simple math. Like, I wish we were taught this in school. So, you know, that first day in kindergarten when you learn, red and blue and yellow and green and orange, the teacher should sit you down and be like, let's figure out what, each and one of you skin tone is, just to make it a little bit easier and breezier in the years to come. And that's kind of the same thing that I feel that we should all do with our colors. We should embrace the color you are and just make it awesome. Not try to fight it, not try and like change it. Even though I do change my hair color, I obey my skin tone. If that makes any sense, because that's who's boss. Also, if you're still here, I give you an awesome thumbs up for listening through, but I would like to know what you guys want to see in a video next. Do you want more hair tips? Do you want a makeup look? Do you want like a Q&A? Go ahead and leave that below, like what you would like to see in the next couple of videos. If you have more than one idea, I would love to hear it. Every time I just read a comment of yours, I just think like this person, you know, even if they just spent 1 minute of their lives like watching, you know, a part of my video, that really just makes me so thankful. How much we really are honored to have you as an audience. I definitely don't take you guys for granted. It's definitely not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy. Speaking in front of a camera does not come natural to me. But even more so, I think that's why I'm so thankful for having the audience that I have. Because I think a huge part of me believes that you guys believe in me and to do something that I didn't believe I could do. So, and I feel like a lot of people have been commenting saying that I look a lot more comfortable recording, and I think the way I feel literally when I sit down and I click that record button is that I really feel like I'm talking to a friend. Like I feel like I've read enough comments, I feel like I interact with you, and I actually feel like there are these friends that I'm having a conversation with. It's just I speak everything that I need to say, and then in comments later I get your reply. It's not a, you know, I say, you know, a sentence, you say a sentence, but it is a really cool relationship, and I want you guys to know that. So for any of you that's ever clicked any of my videos, any of you that have given me a thumbs up, I appreciate you so much. You guys have no idea, and you just, you know, teach me every day that, you know, try something different. And don't be afraid of being judged if you feel like you're giving something great to the world. I know that there are probably bigger things in life to figure out, but all I can give you is my knowledge, and my knowledge is in hair. So I want to spread that with the world. And, you know, if a few people make fun of me for how I speak on camera, that's totally okay. If I helped even just one person with each of my videos. So I will be done with the spiel now, but thank you guys so much for watching. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.